Hey guys, so here is the part on swearing. When you're swearing, make sure that you put the no first. No motherfucker. No fuck your mother. No you loser. You never say that. You say no loser. And no matter what, you guys are winners. So I'm a winner. I'm never a loser. But the point is that when you're swearing, you say no fuck you. What you're saying is, you're saying no. No about fuck you. Do you understand? Now that's the teaching. Now instead of you saying, fuck you. Now, obviously I'm just representing something in that scenario, but you would say they swore at you and they said, fuck you. You'll say, no fuck you. Do you understand? So when you're teaching this, say the person called you something in terms of you troll, you would say, no troll. Do you understand what I mean? Now, when you say no troll, you mean no, you treat them as a little kid. You understand? So if they said to you, fuck your mother, you said, no, fuck your mother. Do you understand? So this, when you say this, it makes them feel very small. Do you know why? Or do you see why? As you never swore at them. You said no about what you just said. So the whole point of this is to never resent. So it's a technique and it's a medicine that I use in my daily life. And whoever calls me a motherfucker, I'll say, no motherfucker. No motherfucker. No motherfucker. And this makes me swear at them too. Do you understand? So in a way, I use it in a term that I say no about this. So what I mean is, I mean, about this, I say yes. But in my teaching about saying no first before you swear is the best way to really, really, really dig in and really swear at the person while you're teaching something. Do you understand? So guys, just realize to never go downhill and you say yes to this. Say yes to this. So another medicine that I can teach you is whenever you're depressed, you're upset, you have to kill yourself, you have to do something to destroy yourself, you say yes to this moment. You understand? You say yes. Whatever's happening now, yes. You need to say yes. You need to allow this moment for yourself to grow. Because when you say yes to this moment, when you say yes to life, you can live more. You understand? So, in terms of other people swearing at you, they may say, you fucking asshole. No asshole. No asshole. No asshole. Do you understand? So when I say this, I get to actually call them an asshole, but I actually get to say no in front of it. Do you understand? So that way, I'll never resent them, and I still get to call them an asshole. No asshole, no fuck your mother, no you fucking... And you have to realize now that no matter what, I'm never a fucking... So, no matter what I just said, so you have to realize to watch out for your words, and the way you say it has to be in a way that you word it in a way that you never offend yourself about it, that you never degrade yourself. So you would say, no asshole, no motherfucker. You would say, no dickhead. Do you understand? So when you say no dickhead, you mean never say dickhead. Do you understand? No dickhead. When they call you a dickhead, when they say to you that you're a dickhead, guess what? Guess what you do? You say, I'm not a dickhead. But say, they say to you, you fucking dickhead. You'd say, no dickhead. Now, what do you see what I mean? Now, when you say straight away use their words, and you say no in front of it, and you say no, or you say, when they need to fight you, you say no, no. You treat them as a little kid. No, no, no. You understand? So when they call you a Gaylord, say no Gaylord. Do you understand? When they call you a sissy, no sissy, no sissy, no sissy. No, no, no. You understand? So when you're doing this, you treat them as a little kid, and you say, no sissy, no sissy, no sissy, no sissy, and now they may attack you. You smash the fuck out of them. You understand? Because now they're taking it overboard, and no matter what, you need to defend yourself here, and you fucking really knock them out, and you go to jail for it. You understand? Because you never let other people hit you. Now, I'm richer, better. I'm happy I forgive myself and everybody. This is another medicine that I use. I use this medicine due to unlock my heart. Just make sure that before bed I say it, and I say I'm richer, better, I'm richer, better, I'm richer, better. It's a nice prayer I say every single day. Just to say, I'm happy I forgive myself and everybody, just to clarify that I have no resentment for anybody in my heart. Now, you have to do this on a daily basis. You have to say, I'm rich or better. Now you add or better to the end of your statement. So when you go, I'm rich or better, what you're really doing is you're saying something greater. You're actually saying that you're better than richness. So that's another healing method that I use. Another healing method that I use is you put your tongue to the tip of your mouth. You leave your tongue there, and what happens is you start to focus more, you start to concentrate more, you start to actually be more abundant, you start to become more rich, and you start to stimulate the mind. You see the tongue? Your tongue can actually, and is actually, electric. So when you connect your tongue to the rooftop of your mouth, you will balance your mind much better. You'll be able to focus. You'll be able to look inside more. So when you close your mouth now, you put your tongue to the rooftop of your mouth, you realize that you're looking inside now. You're looking inside. So you're no longer focused on the outside world because your tongue is looking inside. So when you're focused on the tip of your mouth, touching the top of your mouth, you're looking inside and you're really finding the words to say, but you're also focused and you're more determined to actually do your life and to be able to grow yourself and to be able to expand. So use this as a daily meditation. I've been taught by the Taoists about this method, and I actually read a book about it, and the Asian Taoist said to use this method as it's going to balance your mind, it's going to do all this, and I did try it, and I was doing it for over two years now, and no matter what, it does work. It stimulates my mind, makes me more confident, makes me focused to do anything. I can lay down in bed and put my tongue at the tip of my mouth, and I can sleep like that for myself. I can sleep in any type of way for myself, and I can make sure that I also write in my bed. I can do writing while my tongue is at the tip of my mouth, and I can go on social media, I can do whatever about my business, and I can make sure, no matter what, to stay silent also. Also when I'm listening to music, say, I'm never in a nightclub, but say I did go to a nightclub, I can listen to your music, be touching the tongue to the rooftop of my mouth, and I'll be enjoying it, I'll be stimulating my mind, and I'll be silent, and I'll be really vibing with the music and just focusing on myself. So when you do it, you're focusing on yourself. So guys, make sure you try these skills. Also, another skill is, no matter what, use your feelings. So you have feelings. I need you to go in your body. I need you to lift up your emotions. That's what you do. You lift up your emotions. So when you have blood flow inside your body, I need you to lift your blood flow up. I need you to go Super Saiyan. If you've ever watched Super Saiyan Dragon Ball Z, Goku from Dragon Ball Z, there's a cartoon show named Dragon Ball Z, and Goku's in it, and Goku's a cartoon character. And now Goku turns Super Saiyan. He goes from black hair to super gold hair. And that's his transition. He just leveled up. He's more powerful now. And you'll find what they do is they go, ah, they're empowering themselves. I used to watch this as a kid before school, before my public school, which is elementary school. And a public school is a way to say it in Australia. Elementary school is more American. So primary school is before elementary school. And guys, you have to realize now, no matter what, that when you empower yourself, you're going to feel much lighter as a person. So what you do is you raise your energy levels. Imagine Super Saiyan Goku level 1. The guy has black hair and he's turning into Super Saiyan Gold. And guess what? He's going, ah, and around him, rocks are being lifted. Actual rocks. Because it's an actual transformation. So he has this wind around him, and there's these rocks, big rocks from the mountains, they're just going up in the air, because he's going, ah, and everything else is going up with that. So imagine now you are doing this, and you're actually doing it as Goku is, but you're never screaming about it. What you're doing is you're lifting up your energy. You're lifting it up. You're lifting up your energy. Lift up your vibe with your emotions. With your emotions, I need you to lift your blood flow to your brain. I need you to lift your blood flow to your neck and to just raise your blood flow, raise your emotions, and just lift your emotions and everything. So when I do this, you'll feel, what you feel right now is intentional growth. So I need you to go do this in your daily life, and you'll be growing, because you'll find a way to grow. Now, no matter what, when you're lifting your emotions up, all you're really doing is you're actually sensing that you can grow. And when you're growing, you're actually in a growth mindset. And you have to realize, I do this on a daily basis. I do this on a daily basis now, and it motivates me to do everything. So when I look at myself in the mirror, all I see is me lifting my emotions up. Why do I do that? Because it's time to grow my emotions. So I have to lift them up. Imagine lifting your emotions down. How would you do that? How would you go down with your emotions? You have to lift your emotions up. You lift it up. Now, no matter what, there are people who are suppressing their emotions. You understand? They're drinking alcohol and they're also smoking. And what you need to realize is you never do that. So never suppress your emotions, lift your emotions. You understand? That's what I'm teaching you here. So what you need to realize is when you are lifting your emotions, you're always going to feel empowered. You're going to be Super Saiyan Goku. Ah! And you're actually empowering yourself. So when you need to run, you are empowering yourself. You're lifting up your emotions as you're training, as you are speaking, as you're giving a public speaking gig, whatever you're doing in life, you're working, you need to lift up your emotions daily so that you can grow your emotions. Now, when I grow my emotions, it motivates me to do everything because I use my emotions that way. Now, all I do is I make sure to lift my emotions. I lift them just inside. I lift my blood flow all the way up. And that way, I'm always upbeat. I'm always in an upbeat frenzy. Now, another way for you to make sure that you live your life better is to project your heart at me. So when you look at me, I need you to focus and laser shot your heart at my head. So I'm doing it now on me. I need you to realize, now when I look at myself, I look at a strong man with my heart. I see a really strong man. And you can sense me right now. When you lift your heart to see me and you point your heart at me, you'll see my tendency right now. And what you see is a brick. Do you understand? You'll see a brick in me. You see a person who has no flaws in terms of life. You understand that you must have a better attitude in your life. So what you say is, you must have a better way to say everything. So you say, yes, hey, I have a better way to say it, and I'm a person who has flaws. Now, no matter what, I'm a person who has flaws, but you'll see something in me, and you'll see a person who's emotionally intelligent. You can see it. You can see a person who's emotionally intelligent in me. And now my power is vibing, it's really strong. You'll see a strong person in me. Now, when you point your heart at somebody else, you'll get a different reaction. And you'll be able to sense, is that person weak or strong? Now, when you look at me, you'll see a sign of strong intelligence, strong emotional intelligence. You'll see a person who's really, really dedicated. Now, that's the power of projecting your heart at people. When you project your heart, you really see what you need to do. So here I am looking in the mirror, and I can see myself and I can say, wow, you're on a better path. So now that's another way. Now you can project your heart and you can talk on the phone. You can project your heart and you can write. You can project your heart and walk. You can project your heart at the scenery. You can project your heart at people public speaking. You can project your heart at a YouTube video. You can project your heart in the cinemas while you're watching a film. And you can project your heart on the film. And you can make sure to point your heart anywhere you love. You can point your heart at women. You can point your heart at people. You can point your heart at animals. And you can read what the animals are saying with your heart. You can read what people are saying with your heart. Now, your heart will say, this person's thinking this in the moment, because you can see by their emotions what they are feeling. Now, your heart can sense other people's feelings. Have you ever heard the saying that no matter what, when you are walking around, you may sense a light energy, you may sense vibes, you may sense bad energies. Now, in life, your heart will actually be able to speak in front of the camera, but also sense people's energy. So you may see a person who's drunk, and you see that person's really dangerous because you see their energy. And say you did go up to them, they attack you straight away. So you would stay away. So your heart can do this. Your heart can actually guide you. So whenever you need to guide your heart, you project your heart. Where would you project it? Just outward. You project it outward, and your heart will say next what to do. Do you understand? So right now my heart says, you just talk and you be attractive. Do you understand? So that's my heart. Okay? So no matter what, you need to realize that when you project your heart will give you all the answers. Okay? So you can do this at any time. And your heart will grow you, your heart will make you push yourself, your heart will make you run, your heart will make you fight, your heart will make you do everything that you need to succeed. But you have to make sure that you discipline yourself to stay away from drugs, to stay away from people who are drinking down. Now, in Cairns at the moment, I'm in Cairns, and you'll find many people who are drug addicts and negative people. You'll find 99% of Cairns is negative. And you'll also find that those people who are 1% in Cairns right now are 1% of the 1% who are really super rich. And what do I mean by super rich? I mean they have the wealth and they have the health. Because the super rich are the people who have the health and wealth. But the people who are just super rich financially but have no health, those people are never rich. Do you understand? They're never rich people. You need health. You need to be better than yesterday. You look at me, I'm better than yesterday. I'm a person who's better than yesterday. You can check out my videos in my Mega Drive and you'll see a person who's actually better than yesterday. So guys, I'll just show you something. I'll just make sure that I just grab my selfie stick so that I can actually do this video much easier. As it's already 19 minutes long. And you have to realize, guys, no matter what, that you get yourself a selfie stick so that you can hold your iPhone or Samsung much easier. So do you see how much easier this is for me? I just hold my selfie stick. I have no longer need to carry a phone this way. So project your heart into people, and guys, you always read them. You read their energy. So it's very important for you to do this. You can also project your heart at people, and you can speak to yourself. And you'd say something like this. I speak with myself today, and I'd say, hey, we have to make sure that I upload this content. As I do have more content to go, I have to make sure I post more on my Instagram so I can attract a greater audience, follow 20 people, and also make sure that I go sleep around 3 o'clock tonight, which is in the morning. Go 3 o'clock in the morning, I have to go sleep, as I need to do some work, I have to do some business. This is me now planning my life, and my heart's actually giving you the information, and my heart's speaking now. And also make sure that no matter what, you charge your phone, as you need to revive your phone, and also no matter what, do this video for the audience, and just make sure that you get to Perth, and you never worry about Perth, because currently what happened was people delayed my driver's license by 6 weeks, and I've been in Cairns and unable to travel for 3 weeks now, and due to that I had to wait 3 weeks for the Department of Transport here in Queensland to give me my license, and my heart can actually speak it out, and I have no need to be afraid here, because sometimes when I speak something out I get negative and I start to insult people, and when I do that I start to say to myself, hey Danny, you never say this because you're gonna ruin your reputation this way. So I always look to better my attitude, and no matter what, photo ID card came in, and actually it never came in, but I did order one for 3 weeks. I did go back to the Department of Transport, and what happened was it was just a big confusion, and they gave me a photo ID instead of a driver's license, and now they're giving me a driver's license. I put the address to be Perth, and also my photo ID will be met in Perth. So when I get to Perth, what they do is they ask for identification for hostels, so I may have to sleep on the street. And guess what? That's alright for me. But I made a decision for myself to go Perth, no matter what, instead of staying here in Cairns for another 9 days. So I chose to be in Perth 9 days extra. And because I've done that, I wrote in my capital investment of 2020 that I saved 9 days of time. Do you understand? That's how I calculate time management. And that's my heart speaking, but I'll find the best way to get into a hostel over there. I have no need to worry because someone will help me. And otherwise I have to sleep on the street over there for about 2-3 days. And but no matter what, guys, that's the worst case scenario. And you have to realize, no matter what, your heart can actually speak to people, and you can give your heart out, and people have to help you. You understand? They have to help you. They cannot chuck you on the street. You understand? When you have money to give them, you have a driver's license. I have a driver's license, for example, where it says it's just on paper. That's my driver's license, but there's no photo on it. And I have Australian citizenship, I have a birth certificate, I have a bank card, I have a Medicare card, I have 6 months worth of bank statements also. And the other day my voice was broken too. So here it is, a deeper voice now. I have a deeper voice. Because when you break your voice, what happens is, that's an excellent trait. So that means you really spoke out some information and you broke your voice, and now when your voice recovers, you recover a deeper voice, which is amazing. So sometimes over time, you may see people who speak in an audiobook when they're 30 years old, and then when they speak in an audiobook when they're 60 years old, you see the communication difference in their vocabulary. So no matter what, you can see now through my videos that my tonalities have changed over time, and that's the same for the audiobooks. So no matter what, guys, that's just me speaking out about something in my life, but the main difference is now that you can also project your heart at people and speak with them in front of a camera. You can do your videos while projecting your heart at the camera, you can speak from your heart that way. And you can also do that. That's no problem. And that's something I just learnt now. And I learnt no matter what, I can also go to people and ask them to stay at the hostel with me projecting my heart at them and go from there. My heart will always lead me somewhere better, so I have nothing to worry about. But in terms of teaching you something else that you can do is, no matter what, you can do some Tai Chi and you can lift your energy. So lifting energy has everything to do with, in terms of how are you going to live life and what are you going to do better. So when you're lifting your emotions, you're going to sense growth. You're going to be doing growth. So it may feel unnatural at first for you, but just realize that no matter what, when you lift your emotions, you'll be using your emotions to your advantage. So look to always lift your emotions when you're just waking up, and instead of you being all groggy and all angry and whatever, make sure you get off the substances that is making you do that. Make sure that you get off the food that is making you groggy and angry. Make sure you get away from the people that are making you do that, and make sure that you also get away from any food that you're eating that may cause this behavior. Make sure, guys, that you're never taking steroids in terms of testosterone supplements, because the only way to boost your testosterone is to eat better. You understand? That's the only way. And also, guys, no matter what, when you're in a toilet, get your selfie stick out. And no matter what, you can also be traveling the world. You can be traveling the world, and you can go to a hostel, and you go in the toilet. I'm in the toilet of a hostel doing this video for you. You understand? So no matter what, also when you're doing anything in terms of video, make sure you're putting the you in action. Make sure you're always referring to the person. Or you can speak from the heart and also give your heart's information with that aspect of life. So in terms of my heart, I can go into my heart and I can also do everything in terms of my life. Now I am already in my heart in terms of my life. And no matter what, I can also sense my heart saying, hey, come in. So no matter what, here I am. So my heart says, hey, you need to see that when you actually go into the heart this way, that you are actually forcing your heart to speak now. So this is the difference. Do you understand? So when I was speaking before, it was coming from just my intelligence, in terms of my mind's intelligence. And the mind is something different from the heart. The mind is something that you build on over time, but the heart you are born with. Now, what is the heart? The heart's got everything to do with something that's inside of you that's actually going to help you to direct you in any type of way that you need throughout life. So sometimes I get worried that I never get a woman in my life, that I never have kids, and that I never kiss a woman again and stuff like that for myself. So no matter what, I never lack or anything, but I just make sure to see that that's never the case, and I'm growing and I'm learning as well as everybody else. And you have to see, no matter what, just never be afraid of anybody, but to actually speak from the heart more. You're doing your videos, you speak from the heart more, and you also see, no matter what, that when you're teaching, you'll see that your heart actually brings a better message in terms of what you're saying in life. So you have to say more from the heart in daily life, but when you're traveling throughout life, you can just lift up your emotions as I do. Now, when I'm lifting my emotions, it's real. It's actually real. So my heart is actually saying it's real. What I'm saying is real. So my heart is never lying. My heart will speak the truth. My heart will say what you need to really hear. So when I said that you need to lift your emotions as Goku does, do you understand? All you have to do is raise your energy. You raise your energy. You do it forcefully. You forcefully move your emotions up. You move your emotions up. Do you know what I used to do? Now, when you start a sentence, do you see what to do? Because I need you to understand, never know. Do you understand? So no matter what, when you are actually doing the mind's work, you might find yourself with your mind pushing your mind upwards. That's what I used to do. And now I did that, and it really helped me. Do you understand? It really helped me to actually push myself forward. Now, my heart says to do that too. You need to do that too. But you need to realize that doing that is going to help you. Now, that's also one of the best ways you can do life. And you can force yourself actually to really, really see that you can do it. As my heart says that you can. So no matter what, all you have to realize now is you can push yourself with your mind. You can push your mind. So what I need you to do is lift your mind. How do you lift your mind? All you have to do is lift your mind. You lift it. You go in the mind and you push it up. You push it up. So now, this right now, when you're doing that, you realize that your mind will actually start to work even more. So the same thing when you go into the heart and you project it outward, is the same thing you do with the mind when you push it upward. And now this is new information I actually learned myself now. So when I teach, I honestly teach on the spot. So when I'm learning something, I learn it in a different way every single time. So I'm learning with you right now. Even though you're watching me, guys, I made so much content already. And you have to realize the content I did make is just a bit in the universe. Do you understand? It's just a bit. But for me, it feels a massive deal. So I gave my best. And you have to realize that now, when I'm speaking with you, you have to realize now that no matter what happens, you need to see that you need to lift yourself. So when you're lifting yourself, you lift yourself with the mind and you also lift yourself up with the heart. So what you do also is you're never scared, but just make sure that you are living your life and that you're projecting the you in people. So you start with you. Do you see how I direct that at you? What are you doing today? How are you today? How do you guys feel? So imagine I was at a seminar right now, I'd be saying this. And say I did start off the seminar, I'd say, thank you guys for having me today. I'd love to thank Deborah and Mark for having me today. Thank you guys for your appreciation, for your support. Thank you, Mark, for being a gentleman. And thank you, Deborah, for loving on me today because I really appreciate you. And no matter what, guess what? I just made a joke. Do you understand? That's a beautiful sense of humor. So she may be married and she may be whatever, you heard it. And no matter what, I just already sparked the crowd's attention and they love me already. So I can do something like in that manner anytime I need, and my heart said that. So your heart will actually find the sense of humor you need to actually spark the attention and spark the crowd and spark the people who gave you a chance. So the only person that gives you a chance is you, just remember that. You may have asked somebody to help you, but you walked there and you asked them. Do you understand? You gave yourself the chance first. So in front of a crowd I may say that first, and then I go, do you guys realize who I am? So you guys have never seen me before, but I am here to help you. Now do you see how I just was putting the you in action? And I'll say, so since I'm here today to help you, you guys have to realize that each and every one of you have to be a leader. Do you see what I just said? Each and every one of you have to be a leader. Now, when I say you, I'm showing you how to actually communicate. Because it's about you. So I'll continue. And I'll say, so what you guys have to say now is realize that no matter what happens, you guys are here today to get inspired. Are you guys here to get inspired? Now, I asked them a question with a you. They're going to say, yeah, because of course you can see they're there. Now, when you get the crowd to say yes, you've won a point. Now, say they did say yeah. Now I'm just continuing for you, so you see. Now you guys have to see, no matter what, since I will be talking about leadership right now, you have to see what leadership is. Who in the crowd here, in terms of you guys, can see leadership? You, sir. What is your name? What do you believe about leadership? And I make him talk now. You see how I directed the person to talk for you? Now, that's another technique that you can get people to stand up, you can get people to speak, you can get people to say their name through you. Now, when you're using the you in action, that's what you do in front of a crowd. You go, so no matter what, guys, you have to realize leadership is everything about you. When you're actually living your life, you need to be a leader. You need to be someone who's a positive role model. And do you guys agree with me? Do you see? Now, no matter what, you have to realize to make the audience say yes. Because when they say yes, they agree with you. And then you do this the whole way through. Do you understand? And then what you do, you would ask, so since you guys have had a beautiful day with me, do you guys mind if I take a video with you so that I can have you guys as my testimonial? And they would say something, and no matter what, I would get on my phone, and I'd be like, do you guys see where I am? Do you guys see where I am? This is where you can be also with me. You can be teaching the crowd, and you can be teaching this beautiful crowd how to really, really impact everybody's life. Do you understand? And then you go, yeah! Do you see this? Do you see this? You need to be here. Do you understand? Now, do you see how I was using the you in action? Do you understand? So it's everything about you. In this whole video, I was talking about you. Do you understand? When you repeat this video, and you need to repeat this video also, you need to actually repeat this video. Now, when you repeat this video, you have to realize you only repeat the video when you've taken action on it. Do you understand? When you repeat the video, you've already taken action. So when you're taking action, realize, just make sure that you never devour the audience, but that you say that you read this as much as you need to so that you understand it. It may take you 10 times, it may take you 15 times, it may take you 100 times. You need to repeat it until you understand it, and then you can move on. When you read a book, when you read an audio book, you need to repeat it over and over until you understand the book. Sometimes you may understand the book from the freaking cover. So when you're swearing, when you can say frickin', frickin' is a nice word. Do you understand? You can say frickin'. You understand? Frickin' is beautiful. So no matter what, you need to realize now that you speak from the heart and you realize to lift your emotions. You lift your emotions, you love your life, and you see now you can speak in terms of growth mindset. So what's the growth mindset? Now what I'm doing is I'm lifting up my emotions and I'm teaching you how to lift yours. So what you do is you just go into your emotions and you start to empower yourself and you start to really see who you are. But in life you have to realize that you have to move on from what you say, and no matter what, that you always lead the crowd in a better direction. So what is the better direction? The better direction is, you guys can see how I'm in a hostel right now. I'm in a toilet. You understand? I'm doing this video for you. But do you see the quality of this video already? Now you can see the video, it's a very beautiful video. And you can see, no matter what, here I am, unlimited. Why? Because I chose it. I chose to do this. I chose to take the necessary action to make sure I get myself in a better place. And you have to do the same. You have to be a person who's actually lifting yourself up on a daily basis, always doing something to succeed, and always making sure that you can lift people up. Now, when you're doing videos, I never expected that I'd be doing this video, but I just went in the toilet and I had to start doing something. And I really made an idea, and I just came here to speak for 3 minutes, and here I am already doing it for 38. So no matter what, guys, I just learned also, no matter what, that you can go and write in a PowerPoint. Maybe you're doing an actual seminar, and you realize that you can write your points down about what kind of information you need to bring out from yourself, and then you can wait. And you never wait, but you can see what you need to do, and then the next time you do a video, you just clarify those points in the video. You understand? But you never wait in life. You never wait for people. When people say that you cannot do something, when people say that you cannot do something, and you can realize that people may say that you cannot do something. Now, you never judge harshly, and you never prejudge people, but people may say this to you, and you say, yes, 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 you go. But guess what? Then you break the rules. You break the rules, you may show up again the same as you were before. But guess what? You never show up the same way as you did before. You learn from it and you go elsewhere. When they are saying you cannot sit here because you need to give money, you never go there again. You understand? Because you never gave the money, why would you go there? You go where you give it. You go where you give your money. You understand? But when you give your money, it's also where you're eating. It's also where your finances are going and where your life is going. So every time you give $1, you've just gave your time also. So you may need to eat McDonald's. You may have given $10, but you had to walk 2 kilometers to the McDonald's. Now, you had to get to McDonald's in 20 minutes, for example. So when you go to McDonald's, make sure that you never eat it in the first place, and you'll have 20 minutes extra time for your life, and you have $30 extra a week. And you'll save $1,500. And you'll save 1 hour, which is, for example, 15 days a week. So no matter what, it's actually 52 hours in a year. So you would save 52 hours in a year just by never going to McDonald's. But say, for example, you went back and forth 20 minutes, it's actually 104 hours. So that's 4 days of your life just walking to McDonald's. So be careful where you are giving your money and your time. So my mentor, Grant Cardone, he says, you have to look at life based on what not to do. And that's what I've done. I just straight away started, I'll stay away from that. I'll stay away from this. I'll stay away from that person. I'll stay away from my dad. I'll stay away from Sydney. I'll stay away from this place. I'll never go back to this place. And guess what? No matter what, I'm always in this place. But for example, you have to realize you have to watch out for your words too also. When you're referring to this, you say, I'll never go back to this. But then when you're saying that, you have to realize you need to better this. So you would say, I need to better myself through this. You understand? So now, I just said I have to lift myself up from this moment to a better moment. So when you refer to this, you're meaning this life, this moment, you're referring to everything about life. When you say no to this, you are dying. When you say yes to this moment, you're lifting yourself. And that's what I told you at the beginning of the video, to accept this moment. And that's why I said, make sure you lift your emotions. Lift your emotions, lift the person you are, lift other people first, and you'll be inspired. You understand? If you're a person who is fat, if you're a person who is ugly, if you're a person who is so stupid, if you're a nerd, if you are hypnotized, if you are a disability pension person, if you are a disability kid, if you have ADHD, if you have schizophrenia, if you have any type of disorder in life, you have to realize to lift up people first. You have to lift up first and you'll be lifted. You understand? So when I lift you up in this video, guess what? I'm better for it. Because I just lift myself up. I lift myself up the whole way. You understand? I also teach myself skills in videos and in real life and in my journal. So I'm always doing business somehow. I'm either writing, doing audio or video. And video comes with my audio and so does writing. My other skill is, no matter what, I was watching a Tony Robbins seminar and he said the best way to do business today is do a mastermind. And he said do a video. Do a video for your audience. He says that's the best way. He said people are already never reading your content. They're never reading the words that you say. So he's saying just do video because they'd rather watch you. So guess what? I fucking threw out ebooks. I threw out printing books. I'll never do that again. Do you understand? So what do? I just write all my ebooks and all my printed books inside my journal. So I just have one method to write all my ebooks and it will be my journal. Now I do financial planning, I do other types of referencing, and thankfully elementary school and high school did teach me to reference. Now you need to reference where you got your information from. In terms of your life, you may have heard a quote, you have to reference that person. You have to credit somebody whose information you brought up. So for example, I credited just then Tony Robbins, I referenced him that he said this information. You understand? So that way I help you too. You have to credit people for what they've given, and you have to make sure that they get the respect that they deserve because they helped me. So you credit people who helped you. Always. You always credit people in terms of who helped you. But those people who never helped you, you never credit them. You just take what they said and you make it yours. Now, in terms of that, you still credit the person because they helped you. Those people who never helped you, you never credit them and they never helped you, so you have no need to credit them. So now what you realize is never lie about who you are and always expose yourself. Another skill is expose yourself in daily life, show your face, And you'll see that I was fat at the beginning of the course, on my motivational course, on my how-to course actually. You'll see that I was fat. I was fat. And I started. Look at me today. Why? Because I was uplifting people. I felt more confident that I was doing something more than the rest of the crowd. And here I am still doing more. And the rest of the crowd, they're never doing videos such as this. Because guess what? They need to level up. They need to do better in life. And I'm already doing better than them. And they're now jealous of me. So if you're level 10 and you have level 9 people around you, those level 9 people are going to be jealous of you. Even though you are lifting them up, they'll be jealous of you because you have a better life. Now, unless you have a lifestyle that can match theirs or better, you'll never be jealous of them. Now, if somebody has a better spirituality than you, you'll always be jealous of that person. Now, in terms of my spirituality, I'm jealous of nobody. Because you can see, for example, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He eats meat. I'm a vegan. I'm never jealous of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson because I already see I'm stronger than him in terms of eating habits. I'll never be jealous of the guy because I have a higher vibe. I have a higher vibe in life. Do you understand? Now, in terms of Novak Djokovic, that guy's vegan. That guy's also a tennis player. And I credit him for his actions. And I see he's a strong person. And he's also better than yesterday. But he can never be me. And he can never go in my life. And he can never go as deep as me. I lived a deeper life than Novak Djokovic. Do you understand? So the other day I was thinking, wow, how can I catch up to Novak Djokovic? The guy's been already 12 years in fame. He has over $100 million. He's a tennis star. He's a star in terms of life. And I say to myself, I'm always a star. I'm always a star. But for example, no matter what, I see that person is so successful. And I would have to be in fame for 12 years. And I said, do you know what? Djokovic, he went from kid who was poor to fucking superstar. But he never fucking done drugs. He was never schizophrenic. He was never fucking overweight like I was. He was never 47 kilograms heavier. He was never poor until he was never poor. He grew up poor, but no matter what, I was poor until 25. 2 years ago, I was poor. You understand? Djokovic, at 21, he's already a millionaire. You understand? So, no matter what, I had a deeper lifestyle. I lived below and in a more degrading way than Djokovic did. You understand? So I lived below Djokovic. And that's why I'll rise above Djokovic. Do you understand? Because I lived at the fucking bottom where he never did. So Djokovic may have lived throughout his lifetime just above the 7. I fucking lived below the fucking 1. You understand? Now, no matter what, there are people who lived even more below me, and guess what? They fucking never made it out alive. You understand? They're either in jail or fucking dead. I was fucking doing drugs. I was a smoker. Djokovic was never a fucking smoker. I was a smoker for 7 years. You understand? 7 years of smoking, what that is. I'm not a smoker. I'm a non-smoker. But you have to realize some things. That guy lived a different lifestyle. And I said, hey, Djokovic, you never have to reach me. You just make sure that you rise above the occasion now. But you just realize that I lived a better life than you. Do you understand? I lived a better life. Why? Because you'll see. No matter what, over the long term, I can see it. I plan to live over 73 years, and no matter what, I can reach Djokovic's status, and I can do much better than that. You understand? And because of that, because I do Djokovic even better in terms of long-term thinking, the guy will literally be jealous of me. Do you understand? He'll be jealous of me because I'll rise above his status over the long term. So over the next 73 years, I have plenty of time to have more than his net worth, a better wife, a better everything in terms of life. You understand? I have so much chance right now. Time is chance. So you have to look that no matter what, people in the past of my life were teasing me. They're saying you fat boy, you walk like a retard, and they'll call me everything. They'll punch me, they'll scratch me, they'll biting me. I had a guy bite me here so hard that he left teeth marks inside my skin for about over 5 hours. You understand? It was bruised for 2 days. So no matter what, people are going to scratch you, people are going to claw you, people are going to do everything to you, but you still have to lift up. So the moment you start lifting up, this is what I'm saying. Over the next 73 years, I'll lift up. And Djokovic can never be a life coach like I am, because I am unique. I'm a person who has a different mindset, a different capability, I have a deeper experience, I have all this. So no matter what, you have to see, you need to be unique in something that you can do. You need to do something that I can never do. And that's going to make you unique. Now, what's going to make you unique, I'll give you right now, is your mindset. How you go about life. Now, when you go mindset way, then you have to challenge me in terms of my spirituality, and you have to outdo me. Now, guess what? Guess who I have to outdo? Guess who I have to outdo? I have to outdo Tony Robbins. I have to do more than the guy. Now, at the moment, fucking Tony Robbins is smashing me. Life, the guy's fucking doing 52 seminars a year. 52 seminars every year, somewhere he's going, the guy. Do you understand? The guy has over $500 billion in net worth. You understand? And you have to realize, no matter what, that you just see how you speak, and you actually say how much net worth the guy has. The guy has $500 million in net worth. Now, I just have exceeded my expectations. Do you understand? Because I owned up to it. And no matter what, you have to see, the guy is doing over 12 seminars, big ones, a year, all over the world. And he's taught over 6 million people. And no matter what, that's how you can go back on your words and you can make a joke out of it. Because I love to lift people up. But the guy has $500 billion. So, that's the way it is. And you have to realize, no matter what, I wish everybody can have 500 billion and more. And no matter what, you have to realize to speak in that kind of tone, but also make up for it and make sure that you never lie, but that you also see that you lift yourself up from it. So lifting up is everything. And I have to outdo Tony Robbins. That guy is on, right now, that guy is doing more than me. And that's period. At the moment. So, at the moment, Tony Robbins is doing more than me, and that's it. Now, I am better than period. Now, I unlocked a better path for me because I almost fucked myself over. You have to watch out how you speak. Now, in terms of Djokovic, I'm doing more than Djokovic now. Djokovic, guess what? Djokovic is a tennis player. That guy's just playing tennis for himself. He's never teaching anybody. I'm teaching. Tony Robbins is teaching. That guy's done more than me in teaching. Now guess what? No. Tony Robbins has never done more than me in terms of teaching. I have done more than Tony Robbins in terms of teaching. But to spread it out, now I have to go spread it out. That's what I'm talking about. I have to go outdo Tony Robbins in his status. I have to outdo Tony Robbins in his age. 61, I have to overcome 61. I also have to do more seminars than the guy. I have to go do more content. Now, in terms of content, I've already got the deeper content. I've got the deeper blueprint because I've lived a deeper life than Tony Robbins too. Do you understand? I was a former schizophrenic. I was overweight. I smoked for 7 years. I smoked for 7 years before, and no matter what, I just communicate much better now. And I grew up poor until the age of 25 in terms of my health, and then from 25 and 7 months I started to improve my health, really, when I became sober. It's been 2 years now since I've been sober. I've just been lifting myself up, and now I've been lifting myself up the whole way, but from 15 to 25 and 7 months I've been going downhill before. And I was going downhill for about 10 years and 7 months. And I turned it around and within 3 years, went up. Now, within 5 years I started to read. I started to develop myself, I started to plan, I started to do everything, and I started to rotate that wheel and that propeller to go faster. You understand? Now that's the point of life. Make sure that you start your propeller and that you actually boost yourself and you actually lift the crowd and that you're much more prepared than everybody else. So that's what you have to realize, that I have some deep confidence in my Mega Drive right now for $7.20 a month. And guys, it's going to stay that way forever. Forever. Everybody can afford me for $7.20 a month. I give you the best ideas, everything. I'm more affordable than Tony Robbins. A month, guys, in the long term, imagine how much I can do. I have 60 gigabytes right now and more inside my Mega Drive. So no matter what, I have more than everybody in terms of content at the moment, and I challenge anybody on that. Now, no matter what, I see, for example, there is a guy named Nick Vujicic, and the guy is a successful person, and he's also got no arms and he's got no legs. He has a wife and he has 3 kids. And now I credit the guy, but I said to myself, you know what? When I, for example, say I did cut off my arms and my legs, I'd be able to be better in terms of my life than Nick Vujicic. You understand? So no matter what, for me to do that, for me to level Nick Vujicic now and cut off my arms and legs, to be able to say I am better than Nick Vujicic, guys, I'm already better. You understand? So I'll never hurt myself to prove something to anybody. Do you understand? So you have to realize now, in terms of life, just realize never prove yourself to anybody. Otherwise, you'll be that person who cuts off their arm. You'll be that person, for example, who I said, that may cut off their arms and legs to prove you're better than some other guy. And that's so stupid. And that's what proving yourself means to others. So never prove yourself to others. So in terms of life, guys, just remember, lift yourself, lift up the crowd, lift up the person you are. Make sure you show some encouragement at the end of your videos. Make sure you put the you in action. Make sure you learn all the skills. Learn the trade of self-education. It's called Knowledge Broker today. It's also called Life Coach. It's called Knowledge Resource. It's called Person Who Has Knowledge, Person Who Has Wisdom, Person Who is a Guru, Person Who is a Spiritual Coach. It's all the same name. Person who can teach you. Person who's a coach, an emotional coach, any type of coach on the planet can teach you in terms of anything in life. So you have to realize there is only people who are knowledge brokers, who are life coaches, who state they are life coaches, that can actually teach you a broad range of ideas. So most people who speak emotional health only teach emotional health in terms of they call themselves emotional coach. They'll teach you just emotional coaching. You understand? A health coach will teach you about health only. I was a health coach. I was teaching nutrition, weight loss, and veganism. That can be my business, and I can specialize there. But guess what? I specialize in life now. I teach entrepreneurship, public speaking, communication, health ranges, spirituality, meditation, overcoming drug addiction, everything that you can see under the blue sun. I'll teach you it. I'll teach you it. I'll teach you for $7.20 in this video. Everything. In terms of my content online, I'll teach you everything. You just have to read it. You have to dedicate yourself to read it. And you can only do that in your own time. And I can never force you. But since you are here watching this video, then that means you're somebody dedicated. So I do appreciate you for your money. And I'm the 1 cent man. Remember, I work for 1 cent an hour. 1 cent times 24 hours is 24 cents. 24 cents times 30 days in a month. A month has 30 days. Understand? It's $7.20. So I work for 1 cent an hour, and you guys have to realize, no matter what, that since it's a monthly subscription, that's what I put it as $7.20, and there's some surcharges, whatever, and no matter what, I never give surcharges. They charge me surcharges, and you have to realize that when I charge people, I give it more value than their buck. So guys, you have to realize now, no matter what, you never think about them, you think about yourself. Make sure you're living life, make sure you're inspired, make sure you're doing something incredible, make sure you're lifting up your emotions. And you can see another nice beautiful range right here. You can see my body. Guys, this is the body right now that I have as a 27-year-old that's 9 months in to my 27th year. As you can see, I'm getting stronger every single day. I'm leaving the beard in terms of my life for better. I'm actually never letting go of my beard at the moment. So I have to watch out about my beard. At the moment, I say for my beard, I'll let it be, and I'll still grow my beard. That's what I meant to say. And you have to realize, you know, guys, you're in action. You use these skills I've taught you. Use the skills I've taught you in this video. I have 5% battery, and you guys have to see, no matter what, that you're living your life. And when you do have a phone, for example, that is a Samsung phone, that when you do put a jack inside the phone, and there's water inside the jack, for example, so say your phone has a water plug inside the jack. Now, inside my phone, everything's good, and you have to realize now, when you're speaking, my phone has everything. I'm better to say, my phone right now has no water in the jack. Well, my phone is actually working, and you have to realize how you speak, because sometimes you can bring attraction in terms of how you speak, actually comes into your life. So if you say you're poor, you'll be poor. Whatever you're saying in life is what happens. So be careful. So in terms of your life, you have to just realize to stay on topic. But in terms of your life, just realize, guys, have the best day. And no matter what, guys, you have something amazing. You can do something amazing, and realize, have the best time for your life. And see you guys in the next video.